What's up everyone? Welcome back to the Yacht Addiction YouTube channel. We've never stepped foot on a Pershing before, so I'm very excited to bring you this tour today. This is a 2014 Pershing 92. It's presented by Worth Avenue Yachts. Now Pershing, they build extremely high performance yachts. This yacht is sporty, it's sleek, it's fast, and it's also globally capable with both 50 Hertz and 60 Hertz outlets and a frequency converter on board. So no matter where you're docked, you're gonna have no issues with your electrical systems. It's 92 feet in length, the beam is 20 feet and 5 inches, and it has a draft of 5 feet and 5 inches. Now it's been refit over the years, and in 2022, it got a brand new paint job, which you can see looks absolutely striking. And we can get somewhat of a profile shot. We can see the anchor over here. But I will also put a photograph of the profile on the screen now. Like I said, it's very high performance. Your top speed is tremendous for a 92-foot yacht. Inside, we have 4 different staterooms, sleeping 8 or 10 guests, depending on if you use the Pullmans. It's coming over here to the back of the yacht. On a sporty yacht like this, you'd normally expect to find a tender garage, and you have one. And we're gonna slip our shoes off, set them in the basket, and make our way on board. So in the middle section of this swim platform, this part is hydraulic, so this will lower into the water. You can open this up, release your tender into the water. And as you saw from the profile picture, it has a small flybridge, but really it's intended to keep that extremely sporty look. We're gonna step up here onto the aft deck. This is essentially a massive express cruiser with a small flybridge overhead. We have a huge sun pad area over here, and this is very common on yachts like this with the tender garage below. We also have our alfresco dining area and a full wall of doors that slide across. You have storage and some catering spaces on each side. And on a yacht like this, it's just a wide open space, so you get this massive room. So stepping into the main salon, you can see your L-shaped seating area. You have your TV that comes up from over here, and then storage underneath. You have to let me know what you think of the design and the styling in the comment section. The profile, it's absolutely striking like you saw. I think these yachts are so cool, and just wait till I show you the engines. The performance is out of this world. Stepping a little bit forward, we have more storage in places like this, and then we have a bar area built in. So 3 chairs built in. Then in front of the bar area, you can see ice maker, refrigerator underneath, your sink, and then you probably saw it, but as mentioned earlier, it's just a wide open space. So we have doors leading up to the foredeck, or the side decks, I should say, on either side. And your bridge is open to this main room. So we have 3 helm chairs. And it's hard to see right now because we have the covers just for the heat. But this is such a sporty and mean looking design. You have the integrated screens. This yacht, when you're traveling at its top speed, it must be so exhilarating. And you can see on the 3 chairs between these two, you have the throttle control right here. So when the captain's in the center seat, you can just control it from right here, and the thruster is on the opposite side. There's also a small desk space right over here. So all 4 guest cabins are located down below. There's also a staircase that leads to the galley and the crew area and the engine rooms down over here. But we'll start forward with the guest cabins. We have a long hallway with cabins on either side. And we'll save the owner's suite for last. So I think we'll start all the way forward in the VIP. So in the VIP, we have the bed on an angle, a settee over on this side. We have our TV mounted, and then there is a porthole for some natural light and ventilation overhead. and also small ones on each side. Your closets are located right here, or closet, I should say. It's actually much bigger than I expected. We have a little safe built in, your AV equipment, and your hanging space. And then the ensuite is located right over here. Rainfall shower with the mosaic tile. And if I didn't mention it before, Pershing Yachts, they're part of the Ferretti Group. It's a very well-known Italian yacht builder. Here we can see 2 single beds with the Pullman berth. And then continuing forward, here is your ensuite. Across the hall, we have another cabin with the 2 twins. Then you also have another Pullman, and that's so you can sleep 8, but technically you can get up to 10 with the Pullmans. And I also really love this quilted design in the wall and the headboard. And normally I don't like to rush, but some clients just came on, and obviously you saw how the main room is set up. There's only so many spaces on this yacht. So let's head back to the owner's suite. It's located in the midship. And you get the full beam of the yacht. It's absolutely gorgeous in here. I really like the styling in here. I'm a fan of most of the Italian yachts, but you'll have to let me know what you think, of course, in the comments. You have a little lounger over here. And then good sized windows too on each side. And then it's kind of interesting, we have our main ensuite over here. So you just have the large single vanity. The mosaic tile continues. And then that blue light lights up in each of the ensuites whenever you step in. So you have a toilet and bidet. But then there's also, first your closets are right here. And there's also a small toilet right over here.
Well, technically you can sleep 10 because master's back here, that's the VIP. Yep.
Another recent update is brand new carpets, which were just installed this year. And then down this staircase, this is where we find the galley. So there's also a small crew mess, full-size refrigerator and freezer, your dishwasher, your oven, your cooktop and sink. Then you have a crew cabin on either side of this room. There you can see the bunks. We also have the laundry facilities and their ensuite. This is actually a pretty good size. And I believe that is a wet room. So that curtain will block off the rest of the room. And then you also have engine room access from down here. Yeah. Let me work around you guys. Thank you. All right, still working around that tour. Like I said, it's kind of small. The yacht, it's not small, but because of how it's designed, the spaces are all sort of connected. But here is the engine room. It's really well lit in here. It's very clean. The temperature feels pretty good also. And as I mentioned in the intro, this is a high performance yacht. You can see the cutout for the garage. And look at the size of these engines relative to the yacht size. It's very impressive. These are MTU 16V 2000 M94 engines. Each one produces 2,638 horsepower. So your top speed is a blistering 43 knots. That's right, 43 knots. You can comfortably cruise at 38, and you're looking at a range of 400 nautical miles, but that's at that 38 knot speed. Naturally, you could go further if you drop it down, because this yacht has a planing hull that's built to be fast, get you to point A to point B as quick as possible. So let's be real, you're going to want to push it as much as possible. There's also a water maker on board. Can you imagine sitting on the helm, cruising at 43 knots? That's absolutely insane. But yeah, very impressed with the crew and how well they've kept up with this engine room. It's very clean, which is not easy to do on a high performance yacht.
I try to keep it that way.
It's a full-time job.
And also, even if you don't have access to that staircase, you can, in an emergency, there's a hatch overhead with this ladder, so you can get down here just in case. And here, earlier I mentioned the different outlets, and here's a good example of that. I also really like the LED lights in the ceiling. Elevates the space. All right, let's head upstairs to the flybridge. All right, now when you're on the foredeck, you have to be careful because the railing is very short, but you do have a railing on the right side. Up on this foredeck area, you have a great socializing space with the convertible table, the U-shaped seating that wraps around, and then more sun pads just in front of that. Here's that window from the VIP cabin. Then of course, your dual anchor chains, the winches, your bollards, and we saw the anchor over in the intro, just off the front of the yacht. And one thing I like about the flybridge, I know sometimes it's nice to have a hardtop, but the whole point of this yacht is to have that sleek, sporty, sexy look. So you have nothing overhead. So you'll see the flybridge in just a moment. It's kind of minimal from a flybridge perspective, but keep in mind, guys, that's what it's intended to be. If you're going to purchase this yacht, you should know exactly what you're getting yourself into.
Never happened in life. I don't understand why you're convinced that it's going to happen.
You're really buying this yacht for that speed, that performance, the striking lines. I'm sure this is a ton of fun out on the water. But up here you still have, I know I said it's kind of minimal, we still have this convertible table, the really long U-shaped seating that wraps around, and another bench on this side. I believe this backrest can be pushed forward or aft, depending on which way you want to face. And then it is still a true flybridge. You have a second set of controls up here, and this panel will lift up, granting you access to all these controls. They didn't want it up for the show, so I'm not going to actually lift this. You have to take my word for it. But you have a full second set, bow and stern thruster, your throttle control, your steering wheel. And guys, look at this vantage point. I talked about being down at the bridge and flying at 43 knots. Imagine sitting right here and going 43 knots. That must be so exhilarating. Hopefully in the future we can tour a newer Pershing. Like I said, I've never been on a Pershing before. But 2014 is still recent enough and new enough that you get a really good idea of what this yacht is capable of. And I know this wasn't the longest tour in the world, but a lot of the spaces were connected. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Worth Avenue Yachts as well for granting me access on board. Let me know what you think of this one in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and we will catch you next time.